We're such a unit on this trip. Everyone has the same focus, we all have the same drive, we all have the same energy on stage.
I live for that stuff. Are you kidding me? That is why I'm here. That is why I sing.
I think we've definitely made some lasting friendships here and some great relationships.
You can't break down for the group, and that you must still perform and grieve later.
Live music making is like walking on a tightrope. You never know what is going to happen. My name is Heather Buchanan and I'm Director of Choral Activities here at Montclair State University. Vocal Accord is a 24-voice chamber choir of students auditioned from within our 60-voice elective choir, the University Singers. The reason for our trip to Europe was in response to an invitation by the University of the Performing Arts in Gratz, and they wanted me to bring a choir of 24 students to be in residence there for a week. We expanded our touring possibilities beyond that to begin in Vienna and then conclude in Venice, Italy.
Stop talking, sit up straight.
No, sit up straight.
All right, you guys all get a good night's sleep? Feel better? Rested? How many people slept 11 hours? Yeah. 11-hour sleep club? Good. After breakfast, we are meeting for a walking tour of famous composers. That's going to begin at 10 o'clock. That means I need you in the lobby by no later than 5 till.
Anyway, would you please welcome our guide, Uli?
We're doing a walking tour, and I was told that I make more effort to tell you something about our musicians. Always follow the yellow rose. I know she needs a little bit of water, but I forgot it.
I chose for us to come to Vienna before Gratz because it's one of the greatest musical cities in Europe, and I knew that many of the students had not been here before.
As a musician, that is the city of legends. I mean, it is Vienna. Some of my favorite music came from there. And so just to be in those same streets was really wonderful.
I really just fell in love with the culture. I mean, look around, it's magnificent. The history that's all around you, every building has a story.
To say Mozart was a bitch. Huh? He really behaved sometimes really badly, and he owed a lot of money to a lot of people because he was a gambler. He was not poor at all. He got a lot of money, he earned a lot of money, but he owned a lot of money too.
When Uli described Mozart as a bitch to the choir, I mean, they were, really? But I guess she was right. You know, he was always in debt. He was always playing up. He had a wandering eye. Well, that doesn't make him so different from many modern geniuses, don't you think?
He was a rock star. He was Eddie Van Halen of his day.
When the choir sang in the courtyard, I thought that was beautiful, and just to be outside, the place that Mozart had preferred to perform in, that was magical unto itself.
The manager of the Mozart house hears us performing in the courtyard outside. He invites us to come in.
To go into the room, it was truly shocking, just to feel what the walls, or to see what the walls were like, to sense the old structure that hadn't been modified.
This is indeed the place where Mozart played. He performed regularly, and we were then asked if we would sing.
You're surrounded by history and a culture that we only get a glimpse of.
Some of the notes that you are singing, you know, centuries later were written in that room.
Singing at Mozart's house was by far the most unbelievable moment. That's something I'm going to tell my grandkids, that I sang where Mozart played piano.
I don't want to say spiritual, but it was a sacred moment.
We are going to the military parish church, one of the military parish churches, to rehearse with the Landesjugenden Chor Vienna.
We met with the youth choir. They gave us a wonderful reception with snacks and beverages, which we desperately needed, very dehydrated.
I was proud of our choir as well for taking the initiative to go up and meet other people. It's hard, especially when you're not in your own language and you're the stranger coming into a new environment that everyone else is comfortable with.
I forget that English isn't their first language because they are able to keep up with us. It makes me feel bad that I can't speak any German in exchange.
In the rehearsal, when we were rehearsing, we sat interspersed between each other so that we could get to know each other, hear each other's voices.
Making music with them enforced our camaraderie, our relationship.
The Aaron Copland piece was, you know, the words to that were just perfect for the friendship that we were building with these other students. And we went out and we had dinner, and we had a little bit of beer, and we started singing, of course, because that's what we do, we're musicians. I'm from South Africa. I was born in a city called Pretoria, and now I live in Port Elizabeth, which is a coastal city in South Africa.
I included the South African songs on this program because I felt that that was of benefit to all of us, but it was a way of upholding and honoring him and the very special person that he is.
He actually did a great job teaching us the movements and was very patient. Dancing doesn't come naturally to a lot of the musicians.
Jigela Imaweni is a Xhosa song. I'm Xhosa, and Xhosa boys at the age of 18 usually have to undergo the rite of passage. Jigela Imaweni is about, you know, boys who are in this transition period, and you live in the bush. You don't live with your family. You're taken apart, and you need to learn to survive. Not that you're not guided by your elders, you know, the elder men in your family. They help you out.
A lot of the best experiences were the spontaneous things that just happened because we could be in the moment and take advantage of that.
That was terrible. Wait, come on! There's your pitch, everyone. Whoever wants to start. Bases, let's start. 1, 2, 3, 4. Great day. Righteous marching. Great day. Come to build up science walls. Great day. Great day. The righteous marching. Great day. God's gonna build up science walls. We want no cowards in our path. God's gonna build up science walls. We call for valiant, smart and mad. God's gonna build up science walls. Great day. Great day. The righteous marching. Great day. God's gonna build up science walls. Great day.
We arrived at St. Peter's Kirche, so we decided to sing outside for a while, which was great, a cappella.
What would you like to sing first? Just something to capture people's attention?
Yeah.
Do you want to do a bit of Ezekiel maybe? Ezekiel would be a good one. Yeah.
Easy goes on the wheel, way up in the middle of the air.
We were out there singing, and we weren't really sure what the Austrians thought of us. A bunch of American choristers singing, I guess randomly.
We'll run by faith, we'll run by the grace of God, a wheel and a wheel, way in the middle of the air. Way in the middle of the air. You'll put my slip in, so get lost.
I think it helped us all get into the zone a little bit and kind of warm up to what we would be expecting with the first performance and how the crowd would react.
On wheel, way up in the middle of the air. Easy goes on the wheel in the air. The big wheel run by faith, and the little wheel run by the grace of God. A wheel and a wheel, way in the middle of the air.
And we walked into the church and found out that there wasn't a keyboard, as they said that there would be, and that the organ was not usable.
We had a rented clavinova and it didn't show up. So we are improvising on the spot, and there was an old harpsichord downstairs, and they're going to amplify it for us, and it's in tune, so we're going to make it work.
Which is a miracle. And Stephen would normally be playing on a keyboard 4 times that big, so and he's now going to have to improvise everything.
We found a harpsichord, a small harpsichord in the basement of the church, in the choral rehearsal room. So we dragged that up and positioned it in front of the choir, tested it. It was very soft, and then I think he was a priest, came and mic'd it so that it would have more volume, because there was clearly no volume coming from this instrument.
So we're about 45 minutes before the show begins, and then I saw them walk in with the keyboard. Everyone else's heart settled, and we were ready to actually perform.
The combined pieces with the other choir were a good way to show the cultural and the musical exchange.
Being in a space like St. Peter's Church in Vienna and performing in it, it makes it that much easier for you to place yourself in that time and in their surroundings and imagining what it would have been like in their day. You just start understanding it and you bring all of that to the music.
Being a part of that history of how many voices have been in that church and how many people have been in that church, I don't know how much more I can say about it. It really just, it's indescribable.
It was a glorious sound for the choir. 300-year-old, 400-year-old cathedral with the sound was just amazing.
One of the most special things about our performance in the St. Peter's Kirche was that the audience was so enamored by an American choir, young American choir, coming and doing justice to the music that they love.
Okay. Yay! So that's $12 from Jeanette Zosh, and that's 17, no, actually euro, and that's 17 each from Alison and Christina.
Can you explain your policy
The
on
policy
lateness?
is easy, $10 if you're late and $1 for every minute thereafter.
Okay.
And it works.
So what time is our train today?
I have no idea. Let's go.
Let's get on the bus. Let's go, folks.
Trusting the students became the issue, and I think that there was one desire for us all to kind of control. And a lot of times, they're good kids, and they were just having fun and experiencing a lot of things for the first time. And if there's an expectation that this is where you need to be, they started falling in line.
Like, because of the Gratz students all rode bikes, and they were telling me,
No singing. Focus until we get on the train.
I don't know, did you ever see the show SpongeBob? You know, there's one episode where Squidward gets really handsome and it looks exactly like Peter. And somebody showed him last night, and I tried to keep it away from him, and he got slightly offended, but I think he thought it was funny. I think it's really funny.
It's not funny, guys. That's not funny.
But it's your cut jaw.
Remember, we're 32 people with a lot of luggage and equipment, so moving off, on, game face is on, organized, focus.
Interrupting service. Sing unto God and high affections raise to crown this conquest with unmeasured praise. With unmeasured praise.
We're going from Wien-Meidling, from Vienna, one of the main train stations, to Gratz Hauptbahnhof, which is the main train station in Graz. I'm so excited to be going back. I've missed it a lot. I was really happy and proud to call it my hometown last year.
Swimming pool.
This is Davida. She sleeps all the time. She's always late.
This is my favorite.
So she's sleeping now.
I always tell them that.
She's running in a different time zone as usual. There's night and day, and then there's Davida time.
Fortunately, Gratz was the last stop for the train, so that gave us a bit of breathing room. And the way I like to do that is to give everybody one job, and they work as a team, which, you know, they're used to doing that as musicians, so the concept applies when you're doing something like this. When we got to Gratz, my first priority was to give them an orientation to this city.
Jordan, I'm sorry.
I'm not used to being with a group of people who would just stop and go, oh, this looks like a great place to sing, and then just, you know, what do you want to sing? Okay, this, and just go and actually give a respectable performance, you know.
I almost got teary because I was looking in their eyes and I was watching every person, and despite everything else that's happening, in that moment, everybody surrenders their ego and you're part of something that's better than you.
We are going to the Kug. I don't remember what it stands for, but we're going. Gabe knows.
Huh? We're going to the Kug, which is Kunstuniversität Gratz.
Kunstuniversität Gratz, and we are going. For our first vocal record rehearsal of the morning. It's a beautiful day.
Is the University of the Performing Arts in Gratz. It's one of a number of universities there, and we have a very special exchange relationship with them. Our relationship began with them a few years ago now, and when I first went there on a teaching exchange for a week, it was as a result of that meeting that their rector, Rector Schultz, said to me, it would be great if you could bring students to us to be in residence here, to interact, etc. And so that's where that invitation came from.
I live in debt. Here we go. Ready?
Today's the big day. Today's really the biggest day of the tour for us. Tonight we're going to give a performance at the Forum Kloster in Gleisdorf, which is 40 minutes away from here, and we're performing most of our repertoire. Not quite all of it, but most of it.
I feel like we lose you a bit, but it looks great, okay?
Our warm-up was not very good. We were not in sync. We couldn't hear each other very well.
An idea of balance, diction, all those good things. Chord change here on eyes. Don't you feel that chord wanting to move? So why are you spending so much time on the chord that doesn't move? You got it?
Beforehand, we couldn't find a formation that worked. We couldn't find something that made us all comfortable.
My studs are. This is softball, buddy.
That's not the sort of thing we do before. You ready?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, we got trouble. Thank you.
We were all nervous before the show, the concert. We didn't know what was going to happen. We didn't know what the outcome would be. We walked up onto that stage and we were all smiles and we were good to go.
The piano was lovely and everything just seemed to go smashingly that day. It was really wonderful.
Within the first couple seconds, everything clicked and we were there.
You can literally feel what everyone else is doing when you're singing, and you just feed off that.
The energy that we just had was unbelievable. We were in sync, we were together. Dr. Buchanan was feeding off of that, and she was giving it right back to us. Stephen was feeding off of that, and he was giving it right back to us.
I know that it was amazing, and I'll never forget it.
The audience was already anticipating great things from us, and so we were encouraged to step up to the plate and to sing our very best.
It was really, really good. A lot of fun, a lot of energy, a lot of focus. You could just feel people zoning in to the music, counting, and just, you know, bringing it to life. It was really awesome.
This group's never going to be together again, and you know what? It's a shame, because it's amazing. One of the best groups, well, probably the best group I've ever sung in, ever.
Ale, 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 noi ti sosa in a boina, io insist, ale, ale. Ain't no mountain high enough, ain't no valley low enough. I'm going on my time, ain't no passing phrase, who didn't need no worries. We stand and shout, come on, come on, come on, come on, baby.
How are you?
I'm great. How are you today?
I'm tired today.
Long night?
No, just it's the cumulative. It's just everything. Lots going on. But it's good. What I was doing today, initially in the rehearsal I needed to focus them for tonight's performance, but then we wanted to choreograph the folk songs more extendedly than you would for a normal performance.
Some people, so you're crossing first. So it's right over left, back with your left foot, then you're even with your right, and then you step up with your left. So again, cross, back, to get the front. Cross, back, parallel, front. There we go.
Okay, now the first down.
The arms, yeah, the arms are in opposition.
The arms are good. We good? Now, this is when you start the box step. It's going to be, oh, get along home.
Get along home, Cindy, Cindy, get along home, Cindy, Cindy, get along home.
Rehearsing with Dr. Buchanan is intense. You bring your best all the time, and if you cannot bring your physical best, you always have the spirit there in the rehearsal. 110%. You cannot give less. And she will sense it. She will sense it if you are, and she will sense it if you're not fully focused.
We're always practicing because different venues, different days, different circumstances mean, you know, different elements, and also because there are things in the pieces that even though we gave a great performance on Tuesday night, there were still some things that I felt could be improved upon.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6,
I'm not the
7,
last.
8.
Whew. It's raining.
Yes.
Yeah. We were walking about 10 minutes outside when it decided to rain. And now it is raining horribly.
My pits are already wet, so it was a great refresher, so this is good. I'm just drying off now. Yeah.
had a cousin die while we were here, and when I found out, I was obviously a little heartbroken. The significance of the song Going Home for me, the story or the meaning of the song is about the people finding their way to heaven, you know, mothers there waiting, all the friends you know, and it's that final sort of arrival. I hadn't seen him in a while before I had left, so, you know, that kind of sucked as it was. But yeah, so that song kind of just tore at my heartstrings a little bit.
You realize that you can't break down for the group and that you must still perform and grieve later. And Michael did that beautifully. It's a difficult thing for perhaps for non-performers to understand, but life does go on, and performing music, making music, is the best tribute you can make to someone who's passed.
The Redoute was, it's just a celebration of everybody and the joy of life and the love of music, and that's a central part of the Austrian culture.
We need to look a little this all-night party that starts at 8 o'clock, goes till 4 o'clock in the morning, and with all different venues around the campus of people singing and dancing and music, and it's just going to be crazy, and it's going to be fancy, and I can't wait. It's going to be a lot of fun. There you go, Frank.
The Redoute is a pretty wild party. It's sweet, it's graceful, it's elegant, it's just, you know, everyone is in their tuxedos and a suit, and women are dressed up in their ball gowns. Everyone's looking great. Everyone is walking around watching these 25-minute shows. We're performing, energy is just there.
All-night party, and we're singing at 11 p.m., which is my bedtime, but not tonight.
There's an orchestra playing, and people are just waltzing away and doing all these dances like it's second nature to them.
Everybody burning!
How did I just I walked in and I'm like, they're all...
Lisa and I get up on there and we like trip over each other's feet, but it doesn't all matter. We just dance and we just have a good time, which is really great, yeah.
Michael game or MIA? I'm Jeremy. I'm Jeremy.
And Michael and Eve.
Oh no.
From the time you walk in, right, you're in character the minute you get to the door. So gentlemen, arms, you know, let's just sort of start the show.
This event, I had attended it 2 years previously, so I had a sense of what it was going to be. And when I was programming our portion of it, I knew that we needed to go in a direction that we normally never go. So doing, you know, choreography a la show choir, you know, in some cases being, you know, a little bit silly, I knew that that would be perfect for this kind of event.
We did a lot of dancing of other songs that we choreographed, and it made me look somewhat graceful.
I think everybody was very impressed. People loved it.
It was amazing. It was just to hear them, to see them, to see this life in their eyes when they're singing. It's great. It's just great.
All the singers are like all like stars shining on the stage, and this bright spirit brings happiness to people, and everyone, I'm sure that all the audience enjoy the performance.
They're just amazing, amazing work. All I have to say, all impressed. Everyone that came to watch, we're just thrilled. Goosebumps.
Amazing. I live for that stuff. Are you kidding me? That is why I'm here. That is why I sing.
We're going to Ottendorf, which is a little village about nearly an hour outside of Gratz, for a music festival, and it will feature a vocal accord, community choir members, they're calling them the Schlosschor, and string players. I believe 16 or 18 string players from the Vienna Philharmonic are coming to play, and I get to conduct. This could be the only time in my life I get to conduct members of the Vienna Philharmonic, so that's a big deal. Surrounded by these members of the Vienna Philharmonic and people who had a deep appreciation for what we did. There was something extraordinary and special about that.
They just play it like it's not notes on the page anymore for them. It's they live it, and it's where I hope to be someday.
An experience that, as you're in the midst of it, you recognize that it's something that you'll only have the experience to do once. It gave me chills in the midst of the performance.
The audience's reactions everywhere we've gone have been extraordinary, and this was really special for us.
It makes me happy that you feel that
these people don't know us, we're strangers, but they get what we do, and it's just amazing to me.
Those are some of the best string players you'll ever see, and we got to perform with them. And we got
someone might want to check with the concert about them.
Yeah, so no, it was a great experience. Tired now, but we have a day of rest tomorrow traveling, and we should have a great concert next Monday.
It'll be difficult to leave here. It's going to be sad. Hopefully we won't run into any problems. Hopefully everyone will make it on time. I think we have a 6-hour bus ride.
It's a sad feeling, but definitely going to come back here one day, and I know we're going to another great place, Venice, but no, I'm definitely going to miss this place. It's a lot of great memories, in only a week, but a lot of great memories.
I'm excited to go to Italy, but it's sad too because the trip is almost over.
I'm not thinking about it yet. I don't want to think about it. I kind of want to just, I don't know, I don't want to leave.
Behind. Let me get it. You want to boost? He's got it. He's still an agile young man. Give me flat, hard stuff first.
Flat, hard stuff first.
Okay.
Back here, like we have.
There's 2 seats back here.
We have 3.
It's too small. When you need help, just call Bandale. Rescue Ranger, Bandale when there's danger. We pull in and there's like cruise ships and all sorts of things. We're like, oh yeah, the city on the water and it's all this stuff. And then we realize that we're not in Venice. We are outside of Venice, and to get into Venice, you have to take this, literally, they call it the people mover. Nothing against the girls or anything, but a lot of them were just, you know, like struggling with it, and the guys were pitching in and hauling all these cases and stuff, and it was a long walk.
By the time we got there, we realized that we had to go over this huge set of steps, and everyone has bags on bags. I was carrying camera bags too, trying to help out, and miraculously I didn't fall, which was nice.
A little hot, but I'm enjoying myself. This is a beautiful city. It's exactly like I pictured it. Oh, man. I can imagine why people would move here and just immediately start painting.
Some people are starting to feel a little sick from lack of sleep, or just the stress or the change of environment. There's a lot of factors.
I'm feeling pretty exhausted at this point, and I started developing a cough throughout the trip, and I'm starting to get better now, but I think my body is feeling the exhaustion right now.
We are off to the Chiesa Santa Maria Miracoli, which is one of the oldest Renaissance churches in this city.
I was actually thinking about earlier about how this is going to be the last concert, the last time this group is even going to be together singing, and it really made me sad. We put a lot of work into it.
To be singing for the last time in Venice and in general with this group is really emotional.
Yeah, I think the concert's gonna be really good though, because people are just gonna realize somewhere in between the beginning and the end that this is the last time we're singing in Europe, and you can't really. That's a very complicated feeling.
I cannot believe how fast it went, and it's just so amazing that we all got this opportunity.
You know, to think that we've been together for 2 weeks, it's crazy. Like, it doesn't even feel like we've been together that long.
My voice is gone. I'm not gonna be singing tonight, at least not very much. So anything you see, it's gonna be me mouthing it. So judge for yourself and how good I am at that. I have a sore throat. I'm sore. It's just bad news.
We're waiting to see where we are, because Mike thinks, we can hear the bells, Mike thinks maybe we've made a wrong turn, so he's doing a reconnaissance mission. Just let Mike get up there so that you know where to go.
Go to the right, people.
I think, like all of us, kind of hunt around to see if we can get right back on track.
Okay, give me a sample.
I would dare anybody else to get dropped into that city and then try and find their way around. It only shows that I'm human.
Yeah, try all my trials.
So sorry.
Rich, have you got a date?
If religion was a thing that money could buy, the rich would live and the poor would
We're singing out here to recruit audience. Inside the church at 9 o'clock, people may not hear what's happening, so this is a way to get the word out. The chiesa is a little hidden away, so we wanted to bring the word out to the people who are here having their dinner. You really do need to rise above. Everybody's depending on each other, and it's too small a group to have pulse, okay? Great. The weather was hideous. I've never sung in humidity like that, and I grew up in the tropics. In the moment, it really skewed my perception. And I know the students had the same experience, and even though I talked to them about not letting that define you and define the whole experience, it also just reminded me that we can never take anything for granted, no matter what, no matter how well we know each other, ourselves, the music, the circumstances. Live music making is like walking on a tightrope. You never know what is going to happen.
We're artists. It doesn't matter what we're going through. What works and what we rely on is our ability to just put whatever baggage we have aside, get on that stage, you give a good performance.
I think it was a mix of emotions. I know I was brought to tears, partially because it felt defeating to have our final concert not be something that we were particularly proud of. So that was also part of what brought me to tears, and I think some of the other people too. It was a mix of feeling down, but also feeling inspired.
It's kind of like climbing a mountain in a way. If it's a really, really tough journey to get to the top, those last, 200 yards seem like the first, couple miles. Personally, I still have that satisfaction of being like, even under these conditions, this group still bounced back and was able to do something and, make a statement.
It wasn't the kind of concert I wanted to end with, and yet I feel like it taught us things that were very valuable.
It's made me so happy to be with everyone and make music with you all. I feel honored to be here right now. I don't know when any of us will ever get this opportunity again. I know it's beating a dead horse, but I'm so happy, and I don't want it to end. It's got to end, but the memories will last forever.
It's just been another reason for me to keep on pursuing music, and I have to thank all of you for that, because it definitely wasn't just me out there. It was everyone, and I've never felt so close to everybody in a choir before that, no matter what happens, when we're singing, we're just together.
Oh my gosh, in Vienna, I was like, nobody's gonna show up to this concert. And it was packed. It was packed. And the fact that all these people can come here and appreciate music and get what I have been loving my whole entire life, it's like, I finally get it. I finally realize and can accept that I'm doing the right thing.
Allworth and Ford, everywhere I turn around, you guys are eating something. At a restaurant, at a bar, don't know where. Every time. And so I just want you to know that it's all of these wonderful little memories that I'm going to take with me, because it has truly been an honor to spend the last 13 days with each and every one of you. And when I see you back in the real world, when we pass each other hallway, it's going to be something like this. Sup? Because we'll know. Because we'll know.
This is what I'm meant to be doing, and I know that this is the place that I'm meant to be. So I thank you all for that.
I've been really thinking about this for the whole trip. This has been really hard, so I'm going to try to get through it without crying. As we near the end of our musical journey together, I must say this trip has been the greatest joy of my life. I have made so many wonderful friends that it will last a lifetime. This has been just the most wonderful opportunity ever in the world. It's a once-in-a-lifetime experience. This was the last time all of us will be here together in the same table. And I really think that, you know, we became a family. So, with that being said, this is a toast to all of you. Congratulations on a wonderful tour. I love you all. God bless. Cheers. Cheers. Salud.
Probably going to miss the people. It's really nice to be appreciated as a musician here and to be with the choir here. It's just that it's an entirely different experience than anything you'd find back home. When they come together and they sing and they do something and they're all vested and interested in it, that's when we are really together. That's when we really see each other's colors.
Experiencing the culture, the people, the warmth and the elegance, the grace and the beauty of the countries that we've been visiting.
To share that with the students and be part of an experience that was as powerful for me as it was for them. It was wonderful. I rather enjoyed it.
I think we showed them the best that New Jersey has to offer, maybe the best that the United States has to offer. And I think we've definitely made some lasting friendships here and some great relationships. Seeing the beautiful scenery, experiencing the culture, I've had fun every single minute of the day.
I'm going to miss being around these people the most. I love my friends at home, but the way we all came together, how we've all kind of bonded, it's gonna feel a little weird being back home. The life lesson to be taken from vocal accord is to just keep going. No matter what's really occurring, you just have to keep rolling with it.
What I take away from this trip is just gratitude and knowing that this may never happen again. Opportunity like this may never arise again, but I know I'll never in my life be able to forget what's happened in Europe this trip, and never in my life will I be able to say I've been as happy.